And we're live.
Hey, it's a Feel Good Friday, and boy, are we running late. I'm going to blame it on Smith.
All my
It's
fault.
all his fault. It always is. I was in the room clearly on time, and well, you know, if 11:04 is on time, but that was 2 minutes ago. So see, you know, that extra 2 minute delay, that was all Smith. Hey, it's Feel Good Friday, October. What is it? The 8th, October 8th, right?
Yes, sir.
So I was off last week, and by the way, I called it. I'm just saying. 2 weeks ago, what did I say to Billy? 2 weeks ago, we talked about the childhood cancer awareness auction, right? And I said
Right.
to Billy, I said, you're not going to be here next week. I'm like, you're not going to show up either way, whether he wins or loses. I'm like, he's not going to be here. So he knew that I was supposed to, that I may not be here last week. He knew that, but he said, nope, I got it. I'll do it. I'll be there no matter what. Right. And then we saw that Billy didn't show up last Friday. So, but regarding the childhood auction, by the way, childhood cancer awareness auction, a lot of people want to thank a lot of the people who donated the items. Really good cause. You can still donate, by the way. You don't have to only donate in September, you know, for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You can donate anytime. So you can go on Facebook. You can find their site. There's lots of links. There's lots of places that you can donate money. You can donate your time, all kinds of stuff. So they had a great turnout with the auction. Billy, by the way, I know that he won the Yeti, like the Yeti cooler or whatever it was, the cooler set. I know he won that one, and he won something else, but he did not win the donkey. Somebody outbid him, and it was not me. I'm just letting you know. I did not win the donkey either. So no little donkey for Billy Merritt. So I know April, his wife, was really upset. I'm sure she was very upset that they didn't win the little mini donkey. But again, thanks to all the people who donated the items, people who actually bid and won and donated money and all kinds of stuff. Again, really, really good cause. So it was 2 weeks ago that I went and saw ZZ Top in Macon at the Macon City Auditorium. Really good theater. I mean, it really is. It's not really big. I don't know. I think it's probably maybe 3,000 seats. It's pretty small. Again, there's no bad seat in the place. Sound quality is pretty good, you know, for the theater. It's a little bit dated. You know, I'll say, you know, it's a little bit, but not terrible by any stretch. But ZZ, I got to say, I was impressed. I'd never seen them before, so I was excited about ZZ Top, about actually going to see ZZ Top, even though Dusty Hill, one of the original members, of course, passed away earlier this year. I was, you know, a little bit concerned, but I read a lot of reviews before I went to the show, and people were saying it was still really good. And the guy who was filling in for him, he looks like he belongs in ZZ Top. He's got the long beard. He doesn't wear the hat like Dusty Hill did. But he was their guitar tech for like 25 years. So he definitely knew about guitars, knew how to play them, all that kind of stuff, and was already part of the family. So it was an easy option for him to just kind of slide in and fill in for Dusty Hill. And I thought it was a really nice touch. The last song on the encore, they actually, and they said, obviously, you know, they presented it. They weren't trying to fool anybody, but they actually said, hey, you know, we're going to play one for Dusty, the guy who passed away. So they actually played his vocals, his raw vocals. So it wasn't like the whole song was, you know, it was lip synced or anything like that, but they played his raw vocals that they had recorded from a concert. And so they actually played the music, but then they you know, played his raw vocals in the background, which I thought was pretty cool. So Tush was a song that they played at the end where they played Dusty Hill's vocals. So pretty dang cool, if you ask me. So you see I'm wearing Chicago stuff, but again, my Chicago Cubs will finally, the season is over. It's been a long season because man, were they bad this year. But I'll always be a Cubs fan. So we're sporting my Chicago Bears stuff right now. So it's football season, you know, so as soon as the Cubs start to stink, it's like, when's football season start? You got to move on. Blackhawks, the Chicago hockey team, that's coming up soon as well. So I'll probably, you know, wear some Blackhawk stuff throughout the season, if you will, here on Feel Good Friday. So Billy is actually in New York. Now, I don't even know where he was. He was probably at the beach last week. I have no idea where he was last week. I know he wasn't here. I know that. And Smith, apparently he was too chicken to try to do the show by himself again. Because I told him, I'm like, hey, man, you know, you can do the show. And he's like, do I have to? No, you don't have to. It's supposed to be Feel Good Friday, not Feel Forced Friday. So I let him off the hook too. So I was in Macon with my girlfriend Brenda, and Billy was, like I said, probably at the beach with his wife, and well, Smith was probably in Where do you live again?
Right outside of Nichols.
So he was probably in Nichols with his bicycle or something.
Yeah.
So that's probably what he was doing.
Bicycle or the computer one.
Yeah, enjoying the fresh air for a little while and then going and doing his magical music stuff, that kind of thing. So by the way, even though I said that my Cubs did horribly, go Braves. Braves are in the playoffs now. They're taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. They play later this afternoon. So my girlfriend Brenda, she's a longtime Braves fan. So I've always said that, hey, if the Cubs can't win it, then I hope the Braves do. So my second team, if you will, rooting on the Braves. Hopefully they'll beat the Brewers, especially because I hate the Brewers. The Brewers are one of the Cubs' big rivalries. The Cardinals and the Brewers are in the Cubs division. So always had a kind of a disdain for the Cardinals and the Brewers. So I hope the Braves sweep them. Go Braves. Hope they sweep them. So I also teased a couple weeks ago that I had a big surprise for Smith. Now, and then I kept him waiting an extra week.
Every time you talk about a surprise, I'm worried, to be honest.
But I told him, I said, no, you're going to be really happy with this one. I'm not going to surprise you in a bad way or whatever. By the way, good morning to my mom and good morning to Jordan Peach. Jordan, by the way, congratulations, dude. Jordan just had a new baby. So congratulations to Jordan and his wife on their new baby. And he said, cheers, my friend. With 2 kids now, yeah, you're definitely going to need to do the cheers. And we'll get to this beer here in a minute. So he's definitely going to need some of that. But going back to Smith. So I teased that I had a big surprise for him. And I said it would be next week. I'd let him know. And then, I already talked about what happened last Friday. So Smith has been, kind of like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? So yeah, I think he actually got even more worried than, because we didn't do it. So he's like, oh God, what's it going to be? If it was something good, he would have told me, but et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know if you recall this, Smith, but it's been a couple of months. I know for sure. It was earlier this year. We talked about guitar players, great guitar players. We're talking about music and stuff. And I'm a huge fan of Joe Satriani. He's one of my all-time favorite guitar players, and just plays instrumental. And some people don't get it. They're like, there's no words,
right?
So you just stand there and there's no words. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so I try to explain that to some people. Some people get it, some people don't. Good morning to Candace Smith too, by the way. Smith's mom checking in with us. So we talked about guitar players, and you had said that one of your favorite guitar players, because I had asked, if there was one that you would like to see, it had to be somebody alive. Couldn't be somebody that was dead. I don't have that kind of power. I don't have that kind of pull.
Fortunately.
So I had said that, there was, was there a certain guitarist that you would like to go see? And you had said who?
Steve Vai.
So for those of you that maybe don't know who Steve Vai is, it might bring a little more attention to him. When David Lee Roth from Van Halen, when he went solo, he created a band for his Idiom and Smile CD, and Steve Vai played on that album. Steve Vai also played in Whitesnake for a few years on a couple tours. And he's done a lot of session work or helping out, playing a track, playing parts and things like that with other artists too. But so Steve Vai, an incredible guy on his own. He doesn't have to play with somebody. He's a fantastic guitarist. So I told Smith way back when, several months ago, to tell you what, because it'd been a while since he'd been to a show. And I said, if Steve Vai ever comes around our way, I'll buy the tickets and I'll take you. So guess what, Smith? Steve Vai is coming to Florida in February. So I've got the tickets, and we, my friend, are going to see Steve Vai. So are you excited?
I am excited. That sounds like a good time.
See, so it was a good surprise. See, so I didn't, make you do extra work or, do anything, make it bad. So, yes. So it really is. Now, I've never seen Steve Vai. Smith's never seen Steve Vai. So, we're both going to get our first opportunity to catch him live. So I'm excited about that show. It's a few months away. So even though I made you wait 2 weeks for the announcement, going to make you wait, 3.5 months before the show. So hopefully, you won't lose the excitement. So, okay, now let's flip over to the beer of the week. I mean, hey, I spent a good 10 minutes without even cracking the beer and, and talking about the beer. So that's a good sign. Beer of the week. This one, it's October officially now. I was gonna use this last week, but since I wasn't here, because it was officially October last week. But so it's officially October. That means Oktoberfests are all over the place. I've already talked about Sam Adams Oktoberfest. That one came out early and I was excited, but this one I had never had. So it's new to me. It's out of Michigan. It's Bell's Brewery, like ring a bell. Bell's Brewery. It's a bellsbrewery.com or no, bellsbeer.com is their website. And they have a ton. I mean, they make a bunch of different beers. When I was doing some research on them, on their brewery, really cool. I mean, they got a ton of different beers that they make. So it's pretty exciting. So if you can find some of this, I got this down in Jacksonville, by the way. So, I don't know if it's here in our home area. It probably isn't, but maybe. But look for it. So it's Bell's Brewery. The Oktoberfest. It's a Marzahn or a Marzen, if you say it that way, style of beer, which means it's a little bit lighter. It's not quite as heavy as some of the Oktoberfests are a little bit darker, a little bit heavier. And there's Billy chiming in with part-time Paul. Part-time my butt, Billy boy. That's what I'm saying. You know, Billy didn't even show up last week. I mean, come on. But no, he's actually working hard right now, so I'll cut him some slack. He's up in New York working hard. But so Oktoberfest by Bell's Beer Company or Bell's Brewery. So let's give this thing a try. It's pretty light. I mean, it's actually, it's pretty light for an Oktoberfest. Again, when I was reading it, it said that it was full bodied, but light and not too sweet. Because sometimes the Oktoberfest beers, they'll put, which I actually like, they'll put some of the sweeter malts and things like that in them. But this it's not hoppy at all, so it's pretty smooth. So check this out, Bell's Beer Company's Oktoberfest beer. It's the Marzahn. By the way, it's 5.5 alcohol by volume, so it's not too strong. It's a little bit stronger than maybe like your domestic, like Miller Lite and stuff like that, or Mick Ultra. It's like that's like 4.8 or 4.9. So it's it's a little bit stronger, but not too bad. But again, made in Michigan, so very cool. So try that on for size. And as we roll on and move forward, we have our classic rock revisit. Going back to 1991. All right, now you see there. Wait, I almost had it. Almost had it. There it is. So you see the album cover there, and you see the guitar here. So I had to make sure I got all that right.
All comes full circle.
That's right. Van Halen, 1991. This is For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but if you take the first letter of all four words, there was a thing about it. They almost titled it that, but they didn't. So they went with For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. And again, if you take the first letter of each word, they almost titled it that, but they knew it would get banned. so they titled it For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Now, this was actually in 1991. So again, 30 years ago that this album came out. I had Pound Cake and Right Now is a huge song for Van Halen. This was the Sammy Hagar era. A huge song, great video too. It had all the words going on in the video and all this kind of stuff. So it won the MTV Video of the Year for that year in 1991. So some really good music on here. But one thing that I thought was cool, obviously Eddie Van Halen left us just about a year ago, just a couple days ago. It was his 1 year anniversary of his death. And so he actually tried some things on this album. He put and Smith, you'll appreciate this. He put a pick on a drill bit. And actually used a power drill. So if you listen to Pound Cake, the beginning of the song, that's what he's doing. You can see, it's spinning that pick, and he's hitting notes on his guitar with a drill bit. So, with a drill. So kind of an interesting take on that. He was always very innovative. So that was another way that he created something new and different. So again, Run Around is on there. That was a cool video too. But one of my favorite parts of the record, Eddie's always been well known for, you call him like a shredder or a tapper, he invented, if you want to call it that, tapping. I don't know if he actually invented it or not, but he's the one who made it famous. I'll just say that. He's always known for, shredding on guitar and doing this incredible, finger work and just blaring on guitar and jumping around the stage and all this kind of stuff. So he was well known for that. But on this album, the instrumental track, it's called 316. And it's very soft and it's very slow. But it's beautiful. It's only like a minute and a half, maybe. I don't even think it's a minute and a half, but it's a short track, and it plays right into the song Top of the World. So you listen to 316, which is just a beautiful piece. I mean, again, it's a very short piece of music, but it's beautiful guitar work from Eddie Van Halen, the late great Eddie Van Halen, that goes right into Top of the World. My favorite part of the record. I mean, it's just, I mean, there's some great music on there, great vocal. Sammy's vocals are spot on. This is back when he was in his prime. So, I mean, Sammy still got a good voice, but I mean, he's in his 70s now. So this was back when he was in his 40s. So he still had the powerful vocals. So a great album. Go check it out. For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge back in 1991, Van Halen. Some really, really good stuff. The Van Hagar era, if you will. So Smith, so it's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen you. So you've had plenty of time to do something. Tell me you weren't just riding your bike. What were you doing?
Mostly editing the newest history doc for Ty, little commission that I'm working on for that. I think that'll be either number 4 or number 5 on that channel. Other than that, working on some ambient music. A lot of the same as usual. Working on one or two new scripts. I should probably stop starting new projects, but I will.
You always say that.
I always say that.
And yet you always start new ones.
I did. I finally I went to Hobby Lobby because I was like, I'm having issues with how tiny this whiteboard I'm trying to use is. And
do men shop there?
Apparently
they do.
Yeah.
I was unaware. I always have to be kind of dragged. I mean, my girlfriend loves Hobby Lobby. Sorry, go ahead.
I love Hobby Lobby too. I love Hobby Lobby and I love Michael's. Apparently I did not know this until I went up there the other day. They also have like Gundam figurines and stuff like that. So that's
also they are trying to get the guys in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they've hooked Smith.
But so. I ended up getting this giant whiteboard. I don't know, like 3 by 4 feet. So I'm slowly figuring out how I want to do it right now. It's basically like I've got either 6 or 8 sections up top. Got a project in each one. I've got my little, sort of brainstorming spot down bottom, little reminders of all my daily tasks. I should be making progress on this, a little bit of progress on this. So I'm slowly what's the word? I don't want to say tyrannizing myself into doing this, but a little bit of progress on everything every day. That's really the way to do it, I think.
So are you good with children?
Am I good with children?
Yes.
I think so. I like playing and I'm interested in just about anything.
So can Jordan Peach, who just had his newborn, can he rely on you for babysitting?
Oh, that's not a great idea.
By the way, Jordan, just a few minutes ago, or I guess it's been about 10 minutes actually, I was on my rant, so I didn't catch it. I'd said good morning and congratulations on his new baby, but he messaged in 12 pounds. Holy moly. Your poor wife. Wow, that's a big baby. Jordan, if you're, I hope you're still on with us. What did you name the baby? You can throw out the name in the comments. We'll mention it for you. So again, congratulations to Jordan. He's one of our former ninjas. He was part of our team for a while, and then got into the car business. And he's been, apparently he's been busy, having children. So he's been busy doing something. I know that. But so if he can actually put the name of the baby, we'll announce it for him. So I've got, I told you a while back that I got this whole thing when one of my best friends, Dusty, when he passed away back in July, I had said that, you don't know what's promised, you never know what tomorrow has in store. So really enjoy the people that you care about, that care about you, all that kind of stuff. Take advantage, seize the day, carpe diem, all that. There's a bunch of cliches that you can use. But to honestly make sure that you're actually enjoying your life. Don't get caught up so much in some of the small stuff. We work hard here at Billy Merritt Marketing, but we definitely want to make sure that we have, time. Now, Billy, we know Billy gets time. We know that. I'm gonna start calling him Beach Boy Billy. But anyway, so we want make sure when you get time off, and some people get more time off than others. Smith, for example, lots of time off. So no, but in all seriousness, when you get time off, it doesn't matter if it's a couple of hours or it's a couple of days. When you get some time off, do something that you actually enjoy, something that, it goes right along with Feel Good Friday. Do something that makes you feel good. So don't get caught up in the drama. We work with Facebook every day here at Billy Merritt Marketing. It's part of our business, but there can be a lot of trash, on Facebook. So don't read into some of that stuff. You watch the news. There's a lot of bad information out there. Billy always talks about that. Make sure you got good information coming into you instead of the bad information. By the way, I don't mean turn a blind eye to, things that are important. It's not, oh, if I don't see it or read it, it's not real. It doesn't happen. I don't mean that. So don't just go through go through your day blindly, but try to find something that you actually enjoy and have some fun and enjoy your life. Cause again, you never know what tomorrow has in store for you. Javerna Moreland, thanks for joining us. Good morning to you. I couldn't tell you the last time. Javerna is actually, a friend of her family was a friend of my family. So like when I was a kid, I mean, saying, how old I am. I mean, I'm old. So when I was a kid, I think I saw her probably when I was like in my early teens, probably was the last time I saw her. That'd probably be my guess. I may have seen her in my 20s, but I don't think so. So thanks for finding us on Facebook, Javerna. I mean, I'm Facebook friends with her. And again, you can find a lot of people on Facebook. But when you get to see them in person, it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. So I'm actually going to Tennessee this weekend. I'm going to be flying up to Tennessee to see my niece, Amy, who's very excited. I mean, why wouldn't she? I'm coming to visit. I mean, why wouldn't she be excited? I mean, see what I mean? See where I'm going with that, Sean? But no, I'm actually excited to see her as well. She moved to Tennessee just a few months ago, so she's ready for some visitors. So we're gonna go hang out and maybe find a couple of Oktoberfests that are going on in Tennessee. Now, I thought she was closer to Nashville, so I'm actually flying into Nashville. But she's actually not that close to Nashville. She's closer to Memphis than she is Nashville, but I already booked the flight. So too bad. She's got to drive a little to pick me up at the airport, but we'll have a good time. And also I didn't really get, we were talking so much about the childhood cancer awareness because it was important. But 2 weeks ago was when I came back and I was talking about, I had seen some high school friends that I hadn't seen in a long time. So I really didn't get a chance to give them their full justice, if you will. So wanted to mention them again. So Carrie, I know she's married, but I'm gonna call her by her maiden name because that's that's how I knew her when we went to high school. Carrie Sorensen, and whatever her name is now, saw her and hadn't seen her in a long time. Christy Hoffman, and again, I don't know what her new name is. They all have new names, but I don't remember any of them. So I just know them from their high school names. Christy Heilman, Christy Johnson, and again, they're all married. They all got different names. Terry, Amy, Joanna, Sandy. I mean, we had such a great time. Catching up with them and got a chance to, I've met most of their husbands, once or twice, but again, not really had an opportunity to sit down with them and really get to know them a little bit better. So enjoyed meeting and getting to talk to them a little bit more too. So I enjoyed that visit a few weeks ago, or I guess it's been about a month that I went to Illinois, up to Chicago area and saw them. So I was going to Tennessee. Pretty soon I'm gonna be as bad as Billy, I don't think it'll ever be as bad as Billy when it comes to that. But in all seriousness, again, and my mom just said, good to hear. And she said, she's jealous that I get to travel as much as I do. And again, I'm very blessed. So thank you to Billy for bringing me on board here at Billy Merritt Marketing. It's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot. We've done a lot. We've accomplished a lot, and we got a lot more to accomplish. We got some new things coming to Billy Merritt Marketing in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout. If you own a car dealership, you work at a car dealership, you know somebody who works at one, you know somebody who owns one, tell them to give me a call, or they can Facebook message me or give us a call here at Billy Merritt Marketing about some of the new things that we've got coming. That are very exciting if you're a car dealership. So we're excited about it. We know that the car dealerships will be excited about it too. Rose Russell, good morning to you. Smith, I'm going to let you do a quick sign off while I drink a little bit. So you can say hello to whoever you want and talk about whatever you want. So it's your show right now.
Yeah, sure. Well, Paul was talking about seizing the day and all that, like the positives and the negatives of the Facebook and the social media. I got to say, one thing I've been trying to do lately is sort of get out of the digital psychosis, because I am basically addicted to podcasts. I've constantly got something in my ear, and it means that I'm constantly distracted. I'm constantly stimulated. And by 4 or 5 o'clock, my attention span is already destroyed. So I'm trying to kick that.
I just want to clarify. You're not telling people to not watch podcasts, are you?
No.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. I'm like, what are you doing? I give Smith 1 minute and he tells everybody to stop watching podcasts. That's what happens. That's what happens.
I had gotten really bad about it. Like, I'm working on music, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm working on a video, I'm listening to music. The phone is always right here doing something. And it just means I'm constantly distracted. I'm constantly half focused and I'm working half as fast. Even when I'm like watching a TV show, maybe I'm tempted to pull up my little mobile game
right
while I'm watching it. So I'm never like fully engaged in what I'm doing. So I'm really trying to knock that out.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Our phones are always right next to us. Doesn't matter where we are, where we go. We got the phone. You've seen people actually go into panic mode when the battery, like when the
Yeah.
charge is almost gone. Oh my god, I'm down to 4%. What am I gonna do? It's gonna have a charger. Anybody got a charger? People just freak out. They got to get it on a charger. So yeah, that means you have a problem.
Yeah.
When that happens, we use ours for work a lot. But yeah. Getting away from the digital distractions, I guess, if you will, here and there is always a good thing. So you can kind of clear your head, clear your mind, all that kind of thing. By the way, Kim Ledbetter, she said that she feels that our business is going to get huge, and we're just great people. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kim. Thank you very much. Smith leading the way. Now Billy leading the way, sort of. He's off somewhere. And man, good morning to my sister Barb. And I think that's all of our comments. I think I know that Billy's actually in New York, and I've got to work on a radio commercial for that dealership. So, and Smith has to do some audio mixing for us. So we've actually got to cut the show a little bit short, but I haven't quite, this is don't say don't listen to podcasts, but talk for a second.
I'm shocked. I did kind of want to continue. I was just going to say, I think one of the problems is you kind of get numb from all that stimulus. Like if you listen to podcasts from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., by the time 5 p.m. rolls around, like none of the stimulus even affects you anymore. You're just kind of listening to noise, So, that's the big thing. Cause I find that I have way more energy when I'm not just constantly stimulating.
Right. So
stimulating
how many hours of sleep do you normally get?
I aim for 8, but I'll be straight with you. It takes me forever to fall asleep.
So what time did you get up this morning?
This morning I got up at 8:45.
He was up at 8:45 and still didn't make it to the office until about 10:35. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. What time did you go to bed last night?
What time did I go to bed? I believe it was 12:30.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. You go to bed, you go to sleep much later than I do. So therefore you get up much later than
I'm working on it. I have been getting a little bit better.
Well, okay. Well, now there you go. So the bottle sideways. So you know what that means. That means that we made it to the end of the show. A little bit of a shortened version this morning, but again, I just want to say hello to all my family and friends up in the Chicago area. Thanks to Kim Ledbetter. Jordan apparently did not put the baby's name in. Apparently, I didn't see that. Did I miss something? Jordan Peach. He did not?
No.
Okay, I didn't want to cut him off, so I wanted to make sure I announced it if he put it in there. So we'll just say congratulations to Jordan and his wife, Jordan Peach and his wife, for the 12-pound baby. Wow, boy, that's big. I was 9.8 when I was a kid, and I thought that was huge. So a 12-pound one, that's a big baby. So congratulations to him. Bell's Oktoberfest is the beer of the week. Go check that out, bellsbeer.com. Smith will put that in the comments, the website real quick. Sure. And the Classic Rock Revisit, 1991 Van Halen's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. You guys have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. If you're going to be drinking this weekend or anytime, remember, make sure that you got a designated driver. Please drink responsibly. Have a great time. I'm gonna go visit my niece Amy. We'll be watching the Chicago Bears in Tennessee. Not like actually live, but watching on television in Tennessee. So we will see you then. Have a great time, and we'll see you next week.